My name is John Smith, a 55-year-old man. I work long hours every day, from early morning until late at night. Most household responsibilities fall to my wife, and I feel sorry about that. But there are things at work only I can do, and I feel a lot needs to be done, so my company has become like a second home. I pretty much just go home to sleep, but my wife never complains. I guess I owe her a nice dinner for our next wedding anniversary. She's been handling the house all this time and had put burden on her a lot too. But thanks to her, I can work so hard. Job hunting season is just around the corner. Our company, Walk Confectionery, is eager to recruit talented people. During this season, the HR department is super busy with their regular work plus recruitment. They're all working their tails off, making documents and such. Creating handouts and slides for presentations for job hunting students seems tough. As a well-known large corporation, we attract a lot of applicants. Our company is popular among students, so many are eager to join. We offer good benefits, and the starting salary for college graduates is about $2,800 a month, which is significantly higher than many other companies. Even graduates with advanced degrees rarely start over $2,500, so our offer for undergrads is exceptionally good. That's why our info sessions are large-scale, often renting out big halls. Not only HR, but also our sales department staff often speak as senior employees at the sessions. The product development folks explain in detail about what kind of candies we are popular and how they are flavored. The students listen attentively and take notes diligently. They all look so smart. Then, HR's recruitment activities kicked into high gear. I glanced at the resumes, and they were all from top-notch universities. Only students from prestigious universities are present. For example, students from national universities like T University, and from private universities like K, W, and J universities. I never went to college, but I imagine these students must have worked incredibly hard to get there. I mean, their SAT scores are all above 1400. I learned about these standards as an adult and realized how tough it is to score above 1400. I probably wouldn't have scored even 1000. My high school wasn't great and nobody really went to college. Plus, my family was dirt poor, so I couldn't have afforded going to college even if I was smart enough. We were a big, poor family living in a rental house, 5 siblings including me. My dad hardly ever worked. He mostly spends any money he made by a temp-day job on gambling. He was the kind of person who would either be at a casino or a jog racing track. So, after graduating from high school, I worked to support my siblings. I was the eldest brother and wanted them to get an education. While thinking about all this, I went through the documents. These students probably never had to struggle like that. Sure, they worked hard for their educations, but they didn't have to struggle for their families. Getting into a national university like T University usually means coming from a wealthy family that can afford tutoring. And if it's a private university, the family is definitely well off. It made me feel a bit miserable, so I stopped dwelling on the past. Then, the successful candidates joined our company. They all looked smart right off the bat. The new employees at the orientation were all dressed up in brand new suits. The suites weren't their recruitment ones, so they probably ordered new ones. It felt like they were taking their first steps from being students to becoming working adults. A guy named Brown, representing the new employees, gave a speech. He passionately talked about what he wanted to do in sales. His ambitious face looked so dependable. I'm glad to have such enthusiastic young people joining us. And then there was a woman named Davis who also gave a greeting. She said she wanted to work in development in the science department. Whether Brown and Davis get into their desired departments is uncertain, but usually their preferences are considered. Right before this orientation started, I was working in the company's factory. So I rushed over wearing my work clothes. I was the only one in work attire, standing out quite a bit, and I heard comments like, he's so dirty, and is he homeless or what? True, my work clothes were filthy. From fixing machines used for candy packaging, I was covered in grime. But did they really need to say that? I didn't come in dirty clothes on purpose. I just didn't have time to change. I thought it was better to show up on time as is than be late. When I was about to go on stage, Brown and Davis started giggling. Then they bombarded me with unbelievable comments.
Wait, what? You comes to an orientation looking like that? I thought some homeless guy wandered in. You're so dirty and stinky. Ick, the smell is horrible. Disgusting.
Yay, I thought he was homeless too. Why is there someone in work clothes here? We didn't join this company to talk to bottom-level workers. We, the chosen elites, wouldn't bother listening to a lowly worker.
Right, I graduated from K University.
And I'm from W University's science program, even finished grad school.
So, we really need this person in work clothes to leave. It's smelly. Please go away. Can't stand the stench of work clothes.
But
Goodbye, low-level worker.
The hall went silent. I stepped down from the stage and decided to leave. Was it necessary to go that far just because I was dressed dirty? I might have been at fault too, but thinking about their faces just irritates me. Even if they are elite university graduates, it's a waste if they have such twisted personalities. What's the point of education then? To look down on others? Surely not. They went to university to learn and become useful to society in the future. Their parents would cry if they knew how they turned out. Maybe their parents have twisted characters too? If that's the case, they can't be saved. The next day, I unusually dressed in a suit for work. I don't usually wear a suit, but I had an important appointment today. Feels kind of stiff, thinking that I headed to the office, planning to start work. But first, I had something to discuss with the new employees. I needed to speak in front of everyone, so I had been practicing in my head repeatedly. I'm a bit shy, so I didn't want to embarrass myself. Well, where should I start? Ahem.
Well, the dirty old man from yesterday is in a suit.
Dressing up in a suit doesn't change anything. What's he thinking?
Brown and Davis were giggling at me again. I started to feel embarrassed and could feel my face getting red. So I'd like to talk about work. First, about me.
Really? We don't care about your story. We didn't join here to listen to some dirty old man. You think you look better in a suit, but did you forget about yesterday? Coming to an orientation in such dirty attire, totally out of place. Seriously, what were you thinking?
Exactly. Never thought we'd see someone so dirty here. You might look decent today, but you're just a dirty worker, right? We don't care about your story. We really don't want to listen to a bottom-level worker like you. Please leave.
But I have something to say.
Why should we listen to you? Are you underestimating us elites? This is why I can stand people from the bottom. They just don't get it.
Right? Typical of the bottom, not listening to others.
Then the department head and manager turned pale. The head said,
What are you saying? Aren't you the ones not listening? This man is our CEO.
Wait, what? The CEO?
How could this be?
What were you thinking, saying such things to the CEO? Saying he's dirty? How could you say that so easily?
But yesterday, he came in dirty work clothes. Anyone would think he was just some factory worker. I've never heard of a CEO wearing work clothes.
Exactly. No one would think someone dressed like that was the CEO. It's not our fault. It's misleading for the CEO to dress like that.
I'm really disappointed in you too. You graduated from prestigious universities and have excellent grades. I thought you'd be impressive inside and out, but it seems your characters are twisted.
But well,
How could you say that?
Johnson, the department head, stood up for me. Then Miller, the manager, also expressed his indignation towards Brown and Davis. However, Brown and Davis showed no remorse. I had hoped they would change their attitude once they knew I was the CEO, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Instead, they blamed me for my misleading attire. I admit that my appearance in work clothes probably didn't make me seem like a CEO. There's a stereotype that the head of a large corporation wouldn't be caught doing manual labor in overalls. Maybe in a small or medium-sized business, but not at a top company like Wok Wok Confectionery. No one would have guessed that the CEO would be dressed like that. It seems Brown and Davis aren't very remorseful. They don't think they did anything wrong.
You're right, they're not repentant at all. They probably don't want to admit they're wrong, as it would be like acknowledging a failure. Anyone can make mistakes, but if they had just apologized, maybe they could have been forgiven.
Let's have them do that task.
The special task?
I think that's a good idea.
what are you planning to make us do?
You're not going to make us do something scary, are you?
It's nothing scary, just an exciting job. You'll start by making candies. Just try your best, it's really fun.
I wanted sales, but I guess I'll do it. It's probably easy work, right? I might fall asleep. I'm bored already. After all, I can handle anything. I'm an elite.
I might fall asleep too. Probably some boring task like packing candy boxes or breaking eggs.
Come on, follow me to the factory. We'll provide you with aprons and hats, so please use those.
Heck, going into a factory feels so low class. Training here, really, if my parents knew, they'd be so disappointed. I mean, I graduated from K University, and now I have to work in a factory.
I graduated with science degree and now I have to work inside a factory. It's surely boring.
Stop complaining and keep up. We just received a big shipment of raw materials.
We'll help out too, boss. That product will surely be a hit.
Really? That's great. Everyone usually hates it. Brown and Davis looked a bit tense, probably wondering what they were about to be put through. We entered the factory. We put our aprons and hats and carefully disinfected our hands and put on rubber gloves. I brought out a box containing today's raw material. Crickets. They were dead, of course, but when Brown and Davis saw the massive amount of crickets, they screamed.
Oh, What is this?
UW. Gross. There are so many.
These are for our cricket crackers. As food shortages become a bigger issue, our company is researching insect-based foods. You know the famous brand As Simple as Best has been selling cricket crackers, right? I tried them and thought they were pretty good, kind of like shrimp crackers, but with a unique taste. So we're working on improving them. Here, try this prototype cracker I just made. How is it? Please, have a taste. I offered them freshly made cricket crackers, but both Brown and Davis stubbornly refused to take them. I was a bit sad since I believed our crackers were tastier than the ones from the renowned brand.
How can you expect us to eat this? It's disgusting.
This is inedible.
But you know, crickets are being eaten all over the world now. They're a valuable protein source.
If we run out of other foods, we might have no choice.
Even then, I'd rather starve than eat something like this.
Well, if you won't eat it, can you at least help make today's batch of cricket crackers? Right, boss? We need to finish them today for shipment tomorrow, don't we?
Yes, that's right. Please, help us out.
No way. Absolutely not.
Come on, just pick up this crickets.
Ugh, gross. It's looking at me.
No, it's dead. It's fine.
Here, Davis, try this.
Oh, don't put it in my hand. Gross. Help me.
Brown and Davis screamed non-stop, eventually throwing the crickets away and running off somewhere. It was a shame. I wanted to give them the opportunity to help make our new cricket crackers. Young people these days are so delicate. They probably never played with bugs as kids. Growing up in a concrete jungle, that's understandable. Growing up in a rural area, catching bugs was a daily activity for me as a kid. I always filled a basket with various insects, and I even remember getting scolded by my parents when a praying mantis egg hatched at home. I wonder if kids these days still do things like that. Maybe that's why, as an adult, I'm not scared of insects. Sure, I hate those shiny black roaches, but crickets, they're kind of cute. Though calling them cute while turning them into crackers might seem a bit crazy in some sense. But considering the potential future food shortages, I thought it was important to develop a tasty and easy-to-eat cricket crackers. The prototypes I've been working on are even more delicious than others on the market. It might sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but they're closer to shrimp crackers in taste, crispy, and easy to eat. If you close your eyes while eating them, you wouldn't guess they're made of crickets. After all, they don't look anything like their original form, so there shouldn't be much aversion. In fact, the cricket crackers sold by the major brand As Simple as Best are popular and look like peppered crackers.
They ran off. It's a shame. They could have been part of this new product launch.
Well, they probably learned their lesson. They were so arrogant, but by the end, they looked like they were about to cry.
Did we go too far? Well, it wasn't harassment. Anyway, we planned to have some of the new employees help with the cricket crackers, so it worked out.
They might be crying in the bathroom right now.
So delicate, getting spooked by crickets. Well, we need to finish up quickly to meet tomorrow's launch. We'll help. Let's get to work.
But don't you have other tasks? Are you sure you can help?
Of course. You're betting the company's future on these cricket crackers, right? You've been working so hard to make them the next big hit. You don't have to do it alone. We're here to help.
Then let's start working, please. So, Johnson, Miller, and I started making the cricket crackers. As we worked hard, others joined in to help. And thankfully, we managed to meet the deadline for tomorrow's delivery. The finished crackers were crispier and tastier than others on the market. Resembling shrimp crackers, I was confident these would sell well. Initially, there might be some aversion. But if someone starts spreading the word like, "These crackers are surprisingly good," they could become a hit. With the internet, word of mouth spreads quickly. You never know what will catch on, so I decided to leave it to the customers' tastes. After finishing our work at the factory, we returned to the main office. I noticed that Brown and Davis were missing and assumed they had left, but it turned out they had quit. "We don't want to stay in such a gross place," they had said. Whether crickets are gross is subjective, but for them, it must have been traumatic. However, I had planned to have someone help with the task anyway, so it would just happen to be them. It wasn't harassment, just a lack of fit. So, I decided to forget about them. But it made me wonder what they planned to do after quitting so suddenly. With that kind of mindset, they're unlikely to last anywhere. Nowadays, job hopping is more common. But usually, you need to stick it out for at least a year or 3 to make it meaningful. I was anxious about the launch of the cricket crackers. We had made so many. If they didn't sell, it would be a waste, not just of the crickets, but also of the efforts of Johnson and Miller. But to my relief, the crackers started selling well. They were placed in a variety store, and it seemed young people were buying them. They even posted on social media, "Cheap and great for snacks with alcohol." There are 3 flavors of cricket crackers: salt, curry, and tomato chili. That makes them more palatable than the simpler varieties from other brands. The salt flavor is akin to shrimp crackers, the curry flavor resembles curry crackers, and the tomato chili was inspired by tacos. They were a big hit because they paired well with alcohol. They sold so quickly that we couldn't keep up with production. I was there, wearing an apron, diligently making cricket crackers. Additionally, our factory halts machinery every 3 days for maintenance. During those times, I wear work clothes because I get dirty with oil while thoroughly cleaning the machines. Regular maintenance is essential when handling food, as any contamination would be a major issue and could jeopardize the company's survival. Alright, let's work hard on today's maintenance. We have to start production again tomorrow, so it needs to be clean. Let's start here, I said as I got under the machinery to begin cleaning. Despite regular cleaning, running the machines for 2 days straight does accumulate a fair amount of dirt. I meticulously clean to ensure we deliver delicious snacks to everyone. It's a tough job. Crawling in there can cause back pain, and looking up strains your neck and shoulders. Then Johnson, the department head, and Miller, the manager, came rushing in. "What's going on?" I wondered as I crawled out of the machinery, only to hear some incredible news.
Boss, listen to this. A major German supermarket wants to buy our cricket crackers.
What? Really?
Yes, it's Dostco Wholesale in Germany. They've contacted us about producing large packs for their warehouse-style stores. Isn't that amazing?
A message from Dostco. But why?
Turns out the chairman of Dostco was in Japan incognito recently with his wife for a vacation. During that time, they happened to buy our cricket crackers at a store and loved them. You've done it, boss. We're expanding into Germany.
I can't believe our cricket crackers will launch us into Germany. It's fantastic. We're going to be very busy, but we'll work hard together. We're with you all the way, boss.
Thank you. I never imagined cricket crackers would take us into Germany. This is all thanks to your support. Let's keep pushing and thriving together. I'm relying on you.
Yes,
Please count on us.
Our cricket crackers from Wok Wok Confectionery had been a hit in Japan, but I never expected an order from a major German supermarket. This supermarket, Das Co Wholesale, specializes in large quantities in warehouse-style stores. I had been to Das Co in Japan once. I remember going with my German friend to do a barbecue or something, and everything on display there was big-sized, massive cakes, large meat chunks, and huge bags of chips that seemed impossible to finish in one sitting. They wanted our cricket crackers bigger than those sold in Japan, so I needed to figure out the right size. I trusted Johnson to handle the market research and sizing. Johnson and Miller conducted market research for selling our cricket crackers in Germany. Cricket crackers weren't very popular there yet, but there seemed to be a latent interest in insect-based foods. However, many people, similar to Japan, had a strong aversion to them, so they suggested making the crackers more visually appealing with colors. German cereals, for example, are very colorful, with shocking pinks and blues. Germans seem to like colorful snacks. I decided to travel to Germany myself to do some research and get German snacks as a reference. I stayed at a luxury hotel called German Stay and tried various snacks I bought. They all have strong flavors. However, making the cricket crackers too flavorful, like adding cheddar cheese flavor, might lose their unique taste. That would be completely different from what the Das co-chairman had enjoyed in Japan. He liked the cricket crackers sold in Japan, so there must be a hint there. Upon returning from Germany, I brought a large assortment of snacks to our factory and shared them with everyone. Everyone agreed with me the flavors were a bit too strong. The chairman wanted something more authentically Japanese, so cheddar cheese or taco flavors probably wouldn't work. They're too German. I was pondering what to do when I noticed Johnson's plum-flavored tablets. Recently, he has been trying to quit smoking, and I guess he eats tablets occasionally when he feels the need. Seeing those plum-flavored tablets, I thought, this is it. That's it. How about plum flavor? Plum-flavored potato chips exist and it feels very Japanese.
plum flavor could be slightly salty and easy to eat, maybe even popular for its sourness.
I never expected to get inspiration from Johnson's tablets. You are brilliant, Hoss.
It was just happened to be. So, plum flavor is settled. What about the other flavors? Simple salt is good, but for something more uniquely Japanese.
How about the soy sauce flavor? It's very Japanese and might be well received.
That's a great idea. Soy sauce flavor has that salty kick and should be popular. Actually, I have a foreign friend who puts soy sauce on everything after discovering it in Japan and loving its taste.
Interesting. Let's go with that. What should the third flavor be? We're planning to launch 3 flavors in Germany, so we need to decide on the last one.
Natto flavor. No, that's not right. How about sashimi flavor? No, that doesn't exist.
Sushi flavor. That's not quite right either.
That's it.
What? Sushi flavor? You mean the taste of sushi rice?
No, a seafood flavor. The taste of Japanese seafood. Japanese seafood is delicious, right? I'm sure this will be popular.
Well, what an unexpected turn. Our silly ideas lead to a flavor decision. You're truly an idea man, boss.
Oh, it wasn't just me. The hints came from Johnson and Miller. Thank you so much. You've really helped out. Now we can deliver our products to Costco. And so, we developed plum, soy sauce, and seafood-flavored cricket crackers for Germany. When these hit the shelves at Costco, they instantly became a popular item. I was surprised that cricket crackers could sell so well in Germany. Johnson, Miller, and I were thrilled and became even more enthusiastic about our work. Our sales were on a steady rise, and the company was flourishing more than ever before. The German version of our cricket crackers started being sold at Costco in Japan too. At first, I wondered who in Japan would buy such large quantities, but they became popular for parties. Being healthy and a good source of protein, they were especially popular among health-conscious people. We are a confectionery company, but I always wanted to support people's health. Snacks can be a stress reliever and offer relaxation when eaten occasionally. However, overindulgence can harm health, so as the president of a confectionery company, I felt responsible for this. That's why I am satisfied with making healthy and delicious products. It was a company I started with a lot of struggles after graduating from high school. There were times when nothing sold, and I think I caused trouble for my family. But with support from those around me, I managed to come this far. Some people may insult me, probably judging by appearances. I'm often in work clothes, so they might see me as lowly. But for me, these work clothes are like battle gear. When I wear them to maintain our important machines, I feel ready to work. Tomorrow and in the days to come, I'll continue to be busy. Orders have been flooding in from countries other than Germany,